talk about textures this time, how to make them and which ones might work better than the others. I came across someone that was using drywall mud to make up the texture on their canvas, and knowing what drywall is, it's kind of heavy and it's kind of wet, and I believe it's pretty brittle, so we're going to do a little test here. So I mixed up some drywall mud. We're going to try it on canvas. They showed when they were putting it on, it was real thick, so we'll put it on real thick, and then I want to thin it out, and we'll see if it stays on the canvas. My concern would be that the canvas reflects, and possibly the drywall and your art will just fall off of the piece. So we're going to try that also on Masonite. I'm painting more and more now on Masonite, so I thought this would be a good test there too. So we'll get this fairly well smoothed down like you would do. You can see it does give you a nice little texture there, very much like you would expect from drywall. But again, they showed a thick layer, so we're going to do a thick layer here. Don't know why you do it this thick, but and then I want to see what happens on these thinner layers. As you can, working with drywall for quite some time, I have an affinity for it, but I don't know that it's worthwhile to do on a painting. On the surface, it looks like a pretty good idea putting the using drywall mud. This is a little bit soupier than I would like, so we can just mix some more in it. It's a nice thing about this type of thing. It's easy to play with here, but usually it's you're looking for a texture on a wall, not on a piece of art. I'll get this dried up. Yeah, that's real nice. This was going to be a wave or something, I don't know. But I just want to get it on there thick. And then we'll come back later after it's dried and then do some testing on it. Okay, so that's the drywall. Now we're going to go to another product, which is actually a roof sealing cement type thing. It's for leaks, and it also seals down it'll seal down your shingles there if you have something wrong, or it plugs all kinds of leaks. It's almost a glue, and it's available at any one of the hardware stores. If you saw the video concerning a floating art, we were using a similar product. It's a polymer. Now this product, as you can see, is it's real smooth. Actually, it's smoother than this product's really smoother than the drywall that we just played with. So we'll try that. Being it's a polymer, I don't know if you'll be able to paint over it. Certainly we can get some good textures with it. It does tend to peak or tip if you do this. See, we get a little mountain there. You don't really want the mountain, but you might want something like that. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be all right to put this on the hardboard, but we'll have to see. And again, I'm just going to, you can scrape it straight down like this, or you can come back and play around, and you get a nice texture there. Or if you wanted to do a thick one, it would look something like that. This is probably a little dried out because I've had this for a number of years. I went and bought a gallon of it. Not a great idea, but then we got a new roof, so we didn't really need it. But we'll go ahead and get this dried up. It's going to take probably until tomorrow. Okay, this is day 2 have our little experiment here. This is the roofing glue. This is drywall mud, roofing glue. I can already tell you that the drywall mud here has failed. I just barely touched it, and it doesn't stay on at all. That's an unacceptable result. So drywall mud really didn't work. It didn't stick to the it didn't stick to the canvas at all. Now the other product here, this roofing product, did, and it's actually quite tight. It's almost a rubbery type look to it. It does have peaks, which I don't think you can see there, and that would be a problem. You could probably cut the top off or something, but that's not a good solution either. Coming over to the Masonite product, this would be the drywall on the Masonite, and it does the same thing. Of course, the roofing product isn't going to fall off because it's partially glue anyway, but it's really hard, and again, I don't like those peaks that you see right there, for instance. That's not a good situation. Can you paint it? Yep, I'm sure you can, and as you know, you can paint drywall. The question is, why would you? Yeah, because it did just crumble. It's too thin. Drywall's quite brittle, actually, but there's no strength to it. You could add something to make the strength come up a little bit, I guess, but why do that when there are products on the market that will work? As far as painting the roofing glue product, I don't think that's going to be an issue. I'll just get a little bit of Payne's Gray here because it's nice and dark, and this is not very professional, but that's what we're going to do. And see, it seems to paint just fine. Coverage would be good, but see these tips? You got these bumps and tips all over the place right there, for instance, or down farther, right down here. Look at these guys. Now you can come in there and cut them off, but like I said, I don't know why you'd want to fool with that when there's a lot better products out there that are made to use in art. Certainly don't even think about drywall, because it was a total, complete failure. My project more than 2 decades ago was to build storm shutters for our windows. Of course, as a sailor, they had to include sailboats, but not just any. These were large cutter rig gaffers, some 80 feet on deck, sailing the Gulf of Mexico. The boats were built using Masonite panels cut from my drawings. Several works of possible artistic quality were made from the waste cutouts. Marker 6 at midnight is one of them. So, my story goes, I'd forgotten to seal the exterior house paint cans properly, and over the months, nay years, okay, decades, their contents became a 5-pound hockey puck the size of dinner plates. One, however, was half full of a slurry mixed with soft paint chunks that showed some promise for artwork texture. The works have survived these 20-plus years with no attention paid to extend their existence, leading me to conclude that the soft acrylic exterior house paint, the consistency of molten milk with paint chunks, a good texture brew. Be aware, though, the cure time is rather long. In our next video, we attempt to repair canvas damaged in this video by that cursed roof sealer.